Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be answering the questions that I received about hypnosis on my Ask Your Hypnosis Questions Here video. So I'm going to do the best that I can and I hope you enjoy. So first question is from Daniel Martinez. Honestly, is it hard to learn how to deeply trance people? Yes, it is difficult to learn, and I think the best way is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Next question is from Michael. Will you be doing cam hypnosis sessions? I'm not currently doing Skype sessions. I'm a bit busy, but I will let you know if that changes. So next question from Iongard. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Just wondering if someone can actually hypnotize themselves for fun to do a stage hypnosis trick like the stiff as a board thing or sleepwalking from one spot to another. Yes, they're both possible. The stiff as a board that lots of stage hypnotists use is full body catalepsy, which isn't too difficult to get to using hypnosis. And sleepwalking, if you mean walking in trance, that's easy as well. That's fine. Of course, it always depends on the subject. This question is from Ez5 Montario SZ. Do you use hypnosis on yourself, and how often? Yes, I've used hypnosis plenty of times. How often? It really depends. I think it's really good for sleep troubles or just having some time to really chill out and give your body a good rest. Sometimes it doesn't get that often enough. From Lola231. I'm very troubled about how to get into trance while trying to get hypnotized. I can't seem to feel anything even though I've relaxed myself. Okay, I get this question a lot. If you're having trouble being hypnotized, it's difficult to give advice in general because it really depends on the person. But for some people it just takes a bit longer. Some people it takes a lot of practice to be able to get into a trance-like state. For some people it's just a matter of time. I'm sorry that I can't give you some better advice, but good luck. So next question is from Ansgar. How do you do rapid inductions? I've seen you and others doing these on other people, and it always seems like kind of magic, just shaking their hands and command sleep, and they are out like a light. Are there any signs in the eyes or breathing of people that show you they are ready for going into trance? Okay, this is a long question. I'm going to do my best. Rapid inductions are a little bit more difficult than long relaxation inductions. You really need to be watching the subject. You need to see, looking for signs, just making sure that their concentration is entirely on you as the hypnotist. If they're looking around, if they're not concentrating, it's just not gonna work. It's not magic. It might look like it. It's a combination of a good pre-talk, so talking to them beforehand, just sizing them up, seeing if they're really interested, and trying to figure out if they'd make a good subject for a rapid induction. A big element of rapid inductions is shock and surprise, so that's why you might see with a handshake induction. A handshake is something that's usually a really subconscious movement. So if you interrupt that, or if you pull down on their hand, not too hard, but enough for their brain to be in a small state of shock, that's going to give you a really good chance to get them into trance fast without them really realizing. As for signs, you can usually tell in their eyes if their eyes are maybe blinking less, looking at you very intently. Their breathing should be a little bit slower than usual. I hope that answers your question. As for your other question about Skype hypnosis, like I said, not at the moment, sorry, but I will let you know if that changes. This next question is from Iman. What's the most humiliating thing you've ever hypnotized a person into doing? This is really tough. Probably, I hypnotized one of my friends to think that everybody else in the room was naked. His reaction was, instead of shock, like I thought it would turn out to be, is he decided that he should join in on the fun and start getting undressed as well. So the poor thing, luckily we stopped it before he got too embarrassed. But I think that was a pretty good suggestion. Yeah. Next question is from Dea Mesmerica. Do you practice erotic hypnosis? I really believe that people's private lives should stay off of YouTube, so thanks for the question, but I do prefer to keep my personal life separate from this channel. So next few questions are from Tetris Fan 7001. Wow, lots of questions, great. Is hypnosis dangerous? No, it's not dangerous. Can deaf people be hypnotized? Most definitely. Yep, they can be hypnotized, but it would have to be through visual, maybe through words, through text, instead of through audio. Can blind people be hypnotized? Yes, also not a problem, but instead of visual hypnosis, it would have to be through just voice only. Will I reveal secrets when I am in hypnosis? Probably not, unless you want to. It's just unlikely. You're never under full control of a hypnotist unless you really want to be. So unless you want to reveal secrets, don't worry about it. What happens if I can't go under? Nothing happens. Some people might just have more trouble than others. You might be having one of those days where your brain is too full of nonsense and a bit stressed out and busy, and it can be more difficult then. Next question. Does a hypnotherapist have to have a special voice? This is difficult. No, but they do have to know how to control their voice so that they can really relax people, and they need to be able to just have control over the tones that they use in their voice as well. What training does a person need to become a hypnotherapist? Depending where you are, there are so many hypnotherapy courses. They are really good. I would recommend doing a course, or definitely talking to other hypnotherapists, and there's lots of books, really good stuff out there that you can use to study up and learn more. And it's hard to say when you are a hypnotherapist. It's really just once you can help people using hypnosis. Why would I spontaneously forget? So I assume you mean why would you forget things during trance? It can just be that you're so relaxed that your brain doesn't really feel like remembering. If it has forgotten things, they're probably not too important. You were just relaxing, and I wouldn't worry about it too much. Everyone forgets things, so in hypnosis it's not much different. And can it be possible to know nothing about what went on during the hypnotherapy session? It can be possible. Yes, it can be possible to not realize consciously what was happening after you've done the session. It depends how deep you've gone. It depends on the person. Really, some people find it really difficult to experience any sort of amnesia, and some people it just happens. So yeah, and your last question, would you ever consider making a gaming channel? I hadn't really thought about it before, but yeah, I definitely think about it. Yeah, I am a bit of a gamer, so I would enjoy that, I think. Thanks for all your questions. Yeah, they were awesome. Next question is from Rainier. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right. Why do you use finger snapping and does it really work? I use it because the sound is almost the same every time you do it. It's a nice sharp sound that you can link to suggestions, and you can also use it to shock people a little bit. And like I said before, when you shock someone, their brain kind of goes, oh, what's going on, for a split second. So you've got that chance to put a suggestion in or get them deeper. Yeah, I've found that it really does work, but it's nothing to do with the fact that it's finger snapping. It's just that the sound is really sharp and really memorable for the subjects I've found. Clapping also works really well. So next few questions are from Entrancement. Thanks for your questions, Lex. What kind of people would you say are easiest to hypnotize? I would say people who want to be hypnotized are the easiest to hypnotize, as well as people who are a bit creative, not too analytical. That can get in the way of a good subject, I think. Yeah, that's my experience, is just creative people who are interested in being hypnotized. Second question, what kind seem to be the hardest? Like I said, yeah, analytical people. And I found with skeptics, they're either really easy to hypnotize or they're really, really difficult. So it seems to go one way or the other. So I'd put them in with the hardest and easiest, probably. And are any particular kinds of people more creative whilst under? I would say just people who are naturally creative are usually really interesting to watch when they're in trance and when they're carrying out suggestions. Also people who have got a good personality, they seem to just be really fun to work with, I think. This next question is from Lorenzo. It says, do you have any tips to help me get to that deep state of relaxation? I do have some tips. Make sure you're in a room with low lighting or no lighting at all. Make sure there are not people around. Make sure you're lying somewhere really comfortable, like a bed. I think lying down on a bed is probably the best place to be doing a hypnosis session. Other tips, I would say make sure you're using some really good quality headphones so that you've got a good sound coming out. And also, just make sure that you're in a place that you can relax without any distractions. That really does make a massive difference. Yeah, I hope that helps. So next questions are from Tony. Of the random subjects you pick on the street, do you just get locals and or tourists who visit your country? Yes, I just get random people. I've never met them before in my life, and I just look for people who are maybe hanging around, not doing anything, not going anywhere, and ask them if they are interested in doing some hypnosis. And number 2, if you take street hypnosis show on the road, would you consider going to the USA and or any country? I'd love to visit the USA. I'd love to visit the UK. I don't have any plans at the moment, but I'm hoping that in the future I can do some trips there, so we'll see what happens. So next question's from Hypnosockslave. How long have you been doing hypnosis and how did you get interested? Also, what's your favourite kind of hypnotic induction? I've been doing hypnosis for maybe 3 years now, and I got interested in it by seeing a couple of things around the internet. I saw a street hypnotist out in my city, and and it just went from there. I just started learning as much as I could, and yeah, and now I'm here. So, and my favorite hypnotic induction would have to be just rapid shock inductions, just because they get a really good reaction out of people who are watching. They look great, and they're fast, and if you can get them right, they can work just as well as a long induction does. This question's from Rod. In your videos, you seem to adjust your styles slightly for each different individual. How do you read them so quickly, and what signs do you look for? I've talked about the signs I look for, but you're right, I do adjust my style depending on the person. It's something I've really just learned how to do from experience. If you can see someone's not reacting to a suggestion or an induction as well as you like, sometimes I do just head in a different direction with them, or or change my style, and I find that sometimes you just have to do that when you're dealing with all these different sorts of people. Next question is from Johnny V. What should you do when somebody responds badly to a suggestibility test? Is it wise to commence with the induction? It depends how badly they're responding. If they're really not taking your suggestions on board, I would end it there, move on to somebody else. If they're slightly responding, if you can see that they're trying and they're getting it but just not as much as you'd like, sometimes I just do a slower induction and ease them into things instead of doing a rapid induction with them. Next, I've got a few questions from Juan. Have you ever hypnotized a child? Yes, I have hypnotized kids before, but I usually just use some waking hypnosis, so it's not quite as scary for the parents who are watching. I think I've got a video earlier on in my channel if you want to check that out, with me hypnotizing a child on the beach. Have you ever turned someone into a chicken? No, I haven't. It's just so cheesy, isn't it? It's really old school hypnosis, but yeah, maybe I will one day. Next is, can you make a video of hypnosis in Spanish? I only speak a tiny bit of Spanish, so I don't think I am confident enough in my ability in Spanish to make a whole hypnosis video in it, sorry. Next, some questions from Big Man Bill 1000. Hi Kendall, I have two questions. Is it possible for you to do tutorials on how to do hypnosis? I have thought about that. It's not out of the question. I might upload some videos in the future, kind of how to hypnotize and tips for hypnotizing people, but I'm not entirely sure when I'll be doing those, sorry. And the second part was, have you ever been hypnotized? Yes, I have been hypnotized. I think it's really important as a hypnotist to know what that feels like, so that you can really understand where the subject's at and what they're actually experiencing. A question from Ryan Paris. What is your favorite suggestion? That's really tricky. There's so many that are good fun. I really like the suggestion where you make a subject laugh at everything they see or everything you point to. I think that's just so much fun. Laughter is contagious, so once they start laughing, you've got other people laughing, and it's just, laughter is good for you. It's such a good medicine, so I think that's why I enjoy that one so much. Next question is from Alina Wilson. What is a somnambulist? Okay, so a somnambulist is somebody who is just a very, very, very talented subject for hypnosis. Someone who seems to go into a really deep state of trance easily. Yeah, so that's pretty much what a somnambulist is. That you don't come across them too often. They can usually experience a lot of difficult suggestions like amnesia and hallucinations. Next question from SPQR. I don't know how to pronounce that. Will you hypnotize us again sometime soon? Yes, of course I will. At the moment I'm just getting out some MP3 hypnosis sessions that I've already got made. And once those are all out, I will be bringing out a few more video sessions like this. And so I hope you're looking forward to them. Wow, so there's been a lot more questions than I anticipated. This has been the first half, and I will be doing a second video for the second lot of questions. So if it hasn't been answered on this one, don't worry, I will answer your questions in the next video. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please press the like button below. It really does help me out. And if you'd like to see more hypnosis videos on my channel, please subscribe, and thank you. Bye.